Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and more Birthright. As we wrap up the new bloodline abilities from the Blood Enemies expansion, before we jump in, just a quick shout out. If you guys want to see videos like this early and other cool D&D content, some unique things for Birthright and other settings, among some of the other miniature and other games that we cover, check us out on our Patreon. A lot of different support levels there, and appreciate everyone who does that. Really helps keep the channel going. But let's jump in here with this last one. Wither Touch, which is major or great levels, and only for those of Azrai blood. So just as Touch of Decay ruins and destroys inanimate objects, Wither Touch desiccates and withers living tissue on contact. Very frightening, especially for those Anshe who have this. The sign affects only extremities like arms or legs, but its effects are the same no matter the target. When touched by this major ability, a victim must save versus polymorph or suffer d8 points of damage. The affected limb is emaciated, and full use of it is impossible for d6 days. The character's strength is reduced by an amount equal to the damage to a minimum score of 2. If the blighted limb is not removed, healed, or regenerated by blood ability in 2d4 days, the victim permanently loses the ability to fully use the limb, and a character's strength remains permanently reduced. Very frightening there, right? And it's very specific here, right? So you gotta either remove it or get it healed, or if you somehow had regenerated ability, which not everyone's going to have, of course, so it would have some serious and permanent consequences here. At great rank, it gets even more frightening. So Wither Touch emaciates an entire creature and initially reduces strength and hit points by d12 each. Also forces victims to save versus death magic once each day. If the saving throw is failed, the victim dies. Just dies. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. This blight can be cured by healing or regeneration, but if this is not done within 2d4 days, the creature is permanently emaciated and reduced in strength. At that time, no further saves versus death magic are needed, as the curse has run its course. Both ranks of Wither Touch are usable only once per week, so if there's a silver lining to it, it's that it can't be spammed by a creature. Also has some built-in protection here. If a player should have the Azrai bloodline and this ability, right, they can't just go spamming this either, but it is a nasty and surprising ability, on top of usually all the other dangers and threats that any one of these creatures or just adversaries tends to pose. So very frightening. Now again, it has some built-in sort of protections here from keeping it from being too busted should a player character have this, but it would also be one where they'd have to be extremely careful of, maybe somehow they'd find themselves in a situation where this like accidentally triggers, and really should teach the player via the DM a lesson on maybe getting too cocky, or just the dangers of having such a dangerous bloodline, and how these powers manifest, and how it sometimes just can maybe get out of their control. So there's definitely some fun wiggle room with that, and just again a nasty ability. But certainly, we're going up against real Anshe. They're already all pretty much dangerous enough. Then we throw something like this on here and makes it even more frightening. So let us know, guys, if you've used that in your campaigns. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll have more Birthright for you soon. Thanks for watching.